All right, all right. Come on in, come on in. I believe you guys can now see me as well as hear me. I want to apologize for I am having all kind of camera. I'm having all type of camera difficulties this evening. I had found. I tried to find a way of putting a screen block behind me where you don't have to see the things in the room. And I found out that Minicam is not designed for desktop computers. It's an app that is only designed for if I was doing my live videos on my cell phone. I don't do live videos on a cell phone. You know, I'm old school. So we are on StreamYard and we are on the Queen of Radio platform. But what we're going to have to do once we get through doing this video this evening, what I'm going to have to do is just download it on my computer and bring it back up on the Queen Bee's channel. That's what I'm going to have to do until I can figure out what is going on with my camera and my camera shots. So you guys are in the right place. We're just going to do, we're just going to keep this thing going. on StreamYard, I am able to bring people into the chat room. So if anybody wants to come on and share the screen with me, or you want to chop it up, I can do that on StreamYard. I cannot do that on YouTube. YouTube, I don't have that capabilities of bringing someone onto the screen. If you want to chat, or want to say, well, drop the link. I mean, I can drop the link for anybody that's interested in coming on, but 9 times out of 10 people don't want to come on and chop it up with me. So anyway, we want to say welcome. And I tried to do the skin video about a half hour ago, and I'm going to have to find out how to put the picture or connect the picture with it in order for it to be doing properly. So I just want to say, if you are on the Queen of Radio channel, you are more than welcome to come in and be a part of the chat room, like you guys had did before. So anyway, I am Linda Evans, the original Queen of Radio, and I am here to give y'all some great knowledge. So if you don't have your paper and your pen, I suggest you go and get that, because class is now going to be in session. And for all of my newcomers, whether you are coming in off of TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all of them other social medias, we want to say welcome. We want to say welcome, and just come on in. Don't be a stranger. You are part of the Queen of Radio family, and you are also a part of the Queen Bee family. We can't stress it enough on being one. Be one, and I mean the BEE one, not only the black one. We're going to get ready to chop it up. I don't know if I'm going to play. I might play a little bit of music on the exit though. But if you guys want to come back into the chat room, please feel free. I am on the StreamYard right now. And just as I get into this thing. So anyway, let me say my disclaimer. I have to always say my disclaimer. My disclaimer is I do not own any own any rights to the music that is played. All of the music that is played on all of my videos is basically done for entertainment purposes only. It is part of my ongoing class, and I got a lot of stuff. I'm going to chop it up with you guys this evening. So I need for everybody to get situated, get your drink, get your popcorn, or whatever it is that you need in order to get through, because we might be here a little bit longer than 30 minutes. Okay. Tonight we're going to talk about these so-called things that government calls themselves making laws. Yeah. First of all, we need to know what exactly is a law, because some people are still in the shock, especially my fellow melanated people. They are in some of them are still in a shock to find out that the Constitution, the United States Constitution, and I cannot stress this enough by saying this, we as Black people have been brainwashed. Okay? We have been brainwashed into believing that the United States Constitution is law. It is not law. And I dare anybody, and I've said this on my past videos, and I'll say it again, I dare anybody to prove me wrong. Because when you go and start to read about what the United States Constitution is, the United States Constitution is nothing but rules that they would like to have government is supposed to follow. Let me tell y'all something. When we as Black people get into the mindset of knowing what exactly law or supposed to be law is supposed to be, then they'll understand how to get out of the system. Because yes, it is a system. And what I have said on several videos, not only have I said it in several videos, but I've also said it in several of my classes. I've told, and even in people that has been a part of my online class or one of my students, they will absolutely tell you, just like I have shown them, that the United States Constitution has never been law. Now, let's give a definition as to what law is so we can be on the same or I don't like to say plantation, so we can be on the same playing field, okay? Because people gas me. They always say, "Oh, it's the law." Okay, where did you find that at? Because from what I've read, and let me tell you something, I'm very good with being nosy as hell. And from what I've seen, and I'm gonna tell you something. I've read every single solitary word that they call themselves doing as a United States Constitution, and I have yet to see anywhere where it has been proven and documented that it is called law. Now, what government has done was taken their constitution. They have taken their constitution and used it. Here come the brainwash. They have used it as law. But see, according to the original definition of what law is when the masses of the people, let me say this again, because we need to get close. We're going to need to get close up in here tonight. And I don't give a damn who I piss off, or they say, how dare she say that? But it's the truth. And you know what they used to say on Sanford and Son, and Aunt Esther used to say, and the truth will set you free. And the truth will keep your ass free. Okay? At least it's kept my ass free. Cause see, I don't have time to play. I don't have time to play with people of their so-called government. See, if our melanated people would take the time out to read, you would find the same things that I found out over these last 40 years about the United States not being law, and it was only designed for the people who wants to follow them. Just like selective black people, I can't, because I cannot include myself in this. I am not a registered voter. Yeah. Oh my God. People are saying, oh my God, she's not a registered voter. How dare her? No, I'm not a registered voter because I am a firm believer. I am not a person who believes in government. I believe that government, and not only do my beliefs support my education of it, I have been looking at this and looking at government for the past 40 years, and they have yet to proven to me that they are real and they are for the people. Now, everybody had, in government, there are two sides. We all know what those two sides are. You got what a side for the Republicans, then you have a side for the Democrats. Now, the Democratic side is for anybody who wants to see the Democratic side is supposed to be for people, government who is in feeling for the poor people or the poor government, people that is poor and that works in government. And the Republican side is for the rich. And it's for bylaws and guidelines and codes and regulations that is strictly for the people who believe in government. Now, and see, they tell me, well, if you don't believe in government, then that means that you are anti-government. No, I'm not anti-government, because I feel like you can do whatever the hell you want to do whenever you want to do it on your side of the fence. But what I'm saying is, see, anti means that you want something to be turned over. You want something to be destroyed. I don't want government to be destroyed. I want government to leave us the fuck alone. That's what I want them to do. And realize that they have no authority over me until I give it to them. Now, they have rules and regulations where if you believe in government, then that means you believe that you should be paying taxes. You believe that you're supposed to be paying for all of that bullshit that they use for their policing, for their courts, and all of this other rigmarole that they want people to know about. Well, see, I haven't believed in government in over 40 years, and I've been very happy. I've been very happy. I can't speak for anybody else that has gotten out of the governmental system and know and write themselves as what we call an SG. And for all of my students that is very familiar with how I talk about things that we have learned in class, an SG is a self-governed person. A self-governed person is a person that feels like they do not need any form of government in their life in order to live. You do not need government in order to tell you to wake up every morning to have your breakfast or eat a meal. You do not need government to protect you in your own housing and your own. Look, there are 10 levels. I'm hoping that y'all have remembered this from all of the other classes that I have held. I've told everybody, in order to get out of governmental systems, you have to do what? You have to sign yourself out. See, George Washington had said it best. And see, nobody took the time to read the fine print of what George Washington had to say. He was actually giving everybody a warning and a clue. He was actually telling y'all that government was never designed for everyday United States, what you call citizens. And I'm going to break that down in a minute as well. He said, according to his little, what I like to say as bylaws, George Washington said, look, in order for the human race to be looked upon as other than slaves, and here are the names that they call us, or call human beings. See, anytime they use the word law-abiding citizen, and we're going to give you the definition of that. Law-abiding citizen is a person, according to their definition, yes, I see that. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. It's something coming in from another channel. Okay, for them people on that other channel, you guys are going to have to come over to StreamYard. I'm on the StreamYard under the Queen of Radio platform, and then I will download this program and upload it back on the Queen Bee so it can be on the channel that it's supposed to be on. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. Let me give you, and for my students who are still in class, this is also maybe a test question for you. Law-abiding citizen means that you are a person or a thing that is willing to follow governmental rules and pay whatever fines and fees that they set forth. Let me say that again, because I think that went over a lot of people's heads. See, what I've been trying to tell everybody, in order for you to understand how to defeat government at their own game, you got to understand how they talk. They do not talk in the everyday English language. They talk in code. And if you don't know the codes that they are using on your ass, then you're gonna be swallowed up like Jaws in the movies. They're gonna eat your ass alive if you don't know what the hell you're talking about and you don't know how to use the power of the pen. I've been preaching this for 40 damn years. How many more years do y'all want me to say this and say this all the time? If you do not understand how to use the power of the pen when you are dealing with government, then you are going to forever be in their fucked up system. Because all it's going to take is for you to sign yourself out of it, just like you signed yourself in it. And some people don't even know that government has taken your name, your identity, and forced you to be a part of their system. See, if I really wish I could be on a bullhorn. I wish I could be on a big bullhorn to where I can talk to every single black person in the United States under the corporation of the United States of America. Because it has nothing with being about a human being. It has to do with you being a part of the corporation. You see, government is never going to tell you that they are fraudulently using your name in order. Let me tell you something. They make money off of you from the time your ass was born to the time your ass died. And then when your ass died, then they recycle your social security number back into the Rolodex. And then it becomes a new number for somebody else that wants to be a part of the system. You see, it is 10 ways, it is 10 things that government has set up for everybody to be a part of their system. Now, here as we as human beings, we are the ones that need to wake up. When I say wake up, I mean wake the hell up. Because now, just like I told y'all in another past video, you were not, and we as melanated black people, we are some of the smartest people on the face of this earth. But when it comes to getting the knowledge and the know-how, we just do not take the time out to do it. We do not, and I have to say this, I have to compliment Grandmaster Jay for saying this. He said, if you want to keep something from our black melanated people, put it in a book because they're not going to read it. Okay? So it goes to show we as a people, not only do we need to come together, which we're going to still be preaching on that forever and a day, but we are living in a time where the codes is need to be educated. You guys need to be educated on how in order to defeat them. I have always said, people say, well, if you're not anti-government, then what are you? I am a self-governed human being. Okay, and there are no laws, and I don't give a damn how many governmental people is listening to my program. You cannot prove to me that I have to obey or abide by your bullshit. I haven't obeyed or abide by your bullshit in 40 damn years. I know damn well I'm not going to start obeying and abiding to your bullshit now. And I'm getting up in age. See, I didn't already saw the games and how you played against my fellow black man. I've witnessed all of this. I've seen some cases that you guys would never even remotely believe. You know, government wants everybody to believe that they are we're so innocent. This is the guideline and this is the code. But guess what? Code, statutes, and ordinance, those are not laws. The people of the people have never stood up and said, I'm going to give you, wait a minute, let's make sense of this, y'all. Let's make sense of this. What black person do you know is going to sign and vote upon the policemen to follow them every goddamn where they go? They're going to stop you for breathing too hard on Main Street. What black person you know is going to say, oh, that's okay. You can go ahead and do this and do that and do this, that, and the other, and it's going to be okay with us. No. So every time, and see, I'm going to tell you something. People have said this to me. They say, Queen, they believe that government is afraid of me. I'm not anything to fear because I'm not coming after them. I'm not going to ever waste my time coming after them. I'm just going to challenge them on their bullshit. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use the power of the pen, and I'm going to be cooler than butter and twice on Sunday. Ooh, can I get a witness? Can we get close? Because, see, my thing is this. Everything that they put out, I tell them, okay, prove that. I'm not finna sit up here and argue with your ass. And see, as far as, people say, oh, they sit up there and tell a lie. Oh, well, black people, when they finally wake up to the bullshit that government has been pulling over their eyes, they're going to want to get revenge. No, sweetie, let me correct you on that. We're not interested in getting revenge. We're interested in leaving you the fuck alone. That's what we're interested in doing. See, this simply amazes me. Government don't want us to leave here, because that was part of Grandmaster Jay's original plan. He wanted all of us to pack up and move and move to Beverly on another side of the spectrum. But then government don't want us to stay. So you can't have both. Now either you gonna get along with us while we're here, or don't give us no damn trouble for the ones that want to go. That's how that's gonna work. And if people who truly really want to go, oh baby, I can show you how you can get your ass up out of here without even letting their asses know that you're gone. Because back in the day, my father, let me tell you, my father was part of the so-called military. He's like, when you get ready, when you really truly want to do something, you don't give nobody no damn explanation for doing it. You just get up off your ass and go. What the hell you gonna make an announcement for? You gonna say, oh, excuse me, wait a minute, do I need your permission? I need your permission so I can get the hell up out of the United States. Why? See, all of that it was too much damn time being wasted. If your ass truly want to go, I can show you how you can truly go, and nobody would even know the difference that you even left. And see, the sad part about it is, I know how to get my ass about this country and come back, and nobody even know how many times I've been gone. So you got to understand what I'm trying to say to my fellow melanated, beautiful, intelligent Black people is that it's not as difficult as it needs to be. Okay. I also want to reiterate paperwork. Oh yeah, it's a lot of paperwork to get stuff done. Whatever you want to do, it's there for you. Okay. I want to reiterate, and I've said this on another video. I've told everybody the difference between a petition and an affidavit. Let's go. We need to go over that again, because I don't think people clearly understand the difference between an affidavit and a petition. Now, I want you guys to clearly take the word petition, and you can write this down. The word petition, if you look at the first three letters of the word petition, what word does that come up with for you? Don't look at the rest of the word in petition. I want you to look at the first three words, the three letters in the word petition. Petition says that you are a pet. And what do pets do? Pets you need to throw your pet a bone in order, and that pet needs to get its master permission to do something. Is that not correct? Now, if I'm lying, y'all, then correct me, because I stand to be corrected. But if you look at the word petition, come on, somebody, I may have to preach up in this mother tonight. But if you look at the word petition, the first three letters is pet, meaning that you are asking your master to give you permission to do something. Nigga, you don't see no noose around my goddamn neck. You don't see no dog chain to where somebody got to take me out for a walk. And see, that's how they look at a petition. A petition is asking permission to do something. Regardless of whether you asking the so-called government, well, I need your permission to cross the street on Main Street at 12 o'clock at noontime. I need your permission to do so. And they're gonna look at you like, you ain't nothing but a goddamn joke. You a joke. So yeah, they'll be like, oh yeah, this fool don't know that this is nothing but a code for a paper. You asking me the permission for you to do something. Why do you need my permission for you to do something? That's almost like why don't you write up a petition? If you're going to be writing up petitions, write up a petition to go to the bathroom. Why don't you write up a petition to do that? Okay, so if you don't need permission, see, my mama used to always tell me this. She said, common sense. No, came from my daddy. My mistake. My father used to always tell me common sense is not always so damn common. People, why are you wasting your time? You sending a petition for what? You asking them, so they already know it's a code. It's a code for My slave. My slave is asking me permission to do something. That's why they put petition in play. They put petition in play because now they want you, the slave. Oh, am I making somebody angry up in here? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's the heat of these lights that I'm around. But I need for not only for everybody who is listening to me, I need for you to not only see me, but I need for you to feel what I'm saying to you. The fucking the paper that you're taking the time out to fill out, it's a waste of time. Because you are a grown ass person. You are a human being and you need to be given the respect. I don't ask permission to do a damn thing. I don't get permission to drive my car. I don't get permission to wake up and make and decide to what breakfast I'm gonna have. I don't ask government to ask me to tell me what I can eat for today. See, no, I'm not gonna waste my damn time on putting no petition when they already know that it's nothing but a slave code that they already have in place for their slave in their possession to be asking permission to do something. Now, what are some of the other words? Here's some of the words that you need to be aware of. Anytime you look at a document that is drawn up by government, I want you to look for these words, and y'all probably need to write these down as well. You need to look for the word law-abiding citizens, because law-abiding citizen is just a person who is willing to obey their rules and their regulations. That's what a law-abiding citizen is. Oh, well, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I follow the rules. Okay, well, you still a slave. Then go on with your bad ass. Be the slave that you need to be, bro. I ain't mad at you. But I'm not here to convince you on whether you want to believe whether you are a human being or a slave of their government. Do you, boo? Because I'm not going to waste my time on trying to tell you anything otherwise. But I can tell you this. Do not expect them to give you the respect as a human being while you are still not understanding their laws or their, no, I won't even say laws because it's not even a law. It's not even a law. Mm-mm, mm-mm, no. It's their rules and their regulations that will set for who? For them. And anybody who wants to abide by, and that's another slave word. Another slave word is law-abiding citizen. Abiding citizen. If you look under the word, the way that they word it, they'll say possession. That's another way of saying slave. Mm-hmm. Another way to get them is they call you a subject matter. How many times have you seen that on Original Complaint? You are a subject matter. Really? And I'd have been like, well, how in the hell did I become a subject matter? And if they don't use the subject matter, they'll use the lie of possession. Let's see, another word. I'm trying to think of all the words that they use in order for you to be classified as both a code and a slave. And they still doing it. They claim that, excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. They claim that the slave trade is no longer in existence. Really? Are you sure about that? Okay, if the slave trade is no longer in existence, then how is it that y'all got these private accounts for every black man that goes to jail? Did I strike a nerve? Can I get close? Do you want to explain to me how it is? If you now y'all are saying y'all don't you know we're not supposed to understand about that slave stuff that you still got going on. How is it that, answer this? Let me tell you how they did this. Let's just say Billy Bob and Joe Smo. Now, Billy Bob is a white man. Joe Blow is a black man. Now, both of them gets arrested for smoking a cigarette on Main Street at 12 noon. Billy Bob only gets community service. He don't even serve time in the damn jail. But Joe Smo, he gets 20 years. And not only do they give him 20 years, they're going to not only give him 20 years for smoking a cigarette, but they're going to give him another 20 years for being at the wrong place at the wrong time, standing next to a white person. Hmm. Hmm. And then they say, oh, well, and you know what they do? You know what they do? Ooh, I'm giving away some trade secrets up in here. Um, y'all really do need to get close. Okay? Because Joe Smo, the brother that they put up there, he's on the market. You are not. Oh yeah, that's another word that they use. Commodity. That's another word that they use as part of their slave trade that they still have going on. You see, Joe Smo is worth 10 mil on paper. Billy Bob ain't worth jack shit because he's white. Now, the way I see it, since they have gone through the extremes of making black people so valuable, how come they don't tell that same damn lie on their own people? And the reason why, and people say, well, why isn't so and so going to jail or going to prison for committing a crime? Because it's not about the crime, it's about how much money they can make off of the paper. You ought to see the paperwork that goes behind the scenes. You see, right now, they're trying to figure out how they're going to get in Kentucky. Yeah. They're trying to figure out how they're going to make their books work. You see, I heard through the grapevine that they got they put several more black people in prison for being a protester. They put these people in prison for being a protester. Now, what is the definition of a protester? A protester is somebody who is walking up and down the street petitioning for some type of formal rights or civil rights, right? Now, you mean to tell me that, and I bet you there was not one white person that went to jail for the same cause. I bet you that. I bet you Kentucky did not put anybody in jail for being a protester. You see, as soon as they get you and you don't do, see, you have exactly, it's called the 48-hour time clock. It's called 48 TC. Y'all need to write that down. It's called the 48 TC. If you don't get all of your bond hearing and all of these other things within that amount of time, if you don't get your complaint in to the internal affairs, not just your bond hearing, it's some other people that you need to contact. You need to have their ass on speed dial. Because guess what? When the internal affairs finds out that your ass has been arrested and they brought you in on some foolish shit, they have to take that information of that officer, whoever brought your ass in. And by the way, if that person is an officer. See, you need to find out. See, this is my thing. That first 48 hours of somebody being collected, you need to have your information on point, boo. You need to not only have an attorney or somebody who can be a representative of speaking on your behalf. You need to, if you can't afford an attorney, get another witness that can be not necessarily an attorney, but get somebody who can speak on your behalf. That way, a person that speaks on your behalf, they can be your eyewitness within your first 48 hours. They don't do that, do they? They just assume, oh, well, you will wait until you get your ass to court. No, Now, when you go into a situation, you not only do you have your hearing, you're supposed to be explained. They're supposed to tell you about all of that when they bring you in. If they don't explain that to you, then they figure that you're just too stupid or you're just not interested in knowing. Well, either way, whichever way it goes, you are supposed to not only contact or know about your bond hearing, but you're also supposed to know about your internal affairs. You need to have, see, I'm gonna tell, I've said this time and time and time again. You need to have the internal affairs on your cell phone as a speed dial number. Okay? You need to have the I don't give, and if they don't have an internal affairs, you better find one. You better find out whether it's in your state where you live or whether it's in their main office in Washington D.C. You better find the internal affairs. Hmm. And the FBI of that particular town is supposed to be able to give you that information. They're supposed to give you that information, but I guess if people don't ask for it, you can't get what you don't ask for. So, with that being said, once you get that information, now getting back to the petition, as I explained that about what the petition is, I need to explain to you what an affidavit is. An affidavit, and the difference between the affidavit and the petition, as I stated, petition is nothing but asking for something. An affidavit is making your demands. Oh yeah. Hmm. You got to start making your demands. An affidavit is saying, okay, well, if, and not only making your demands, but you got to challenge their authority. You got to say, okay, look here, look, let me holler at you for a minute, player. How did you come up with that bullshit? Well, you don't have to be as blunt and vulgar as me, but you could find a more appropriate way of saying, oh, excuse me, sir, do you have any Grey Poupon? You could be all sedity with your approach, whichever way you want to float it. You could be very dignified or you can be ghettofied. It really doesn't make any difference. But either way, you need to ask them. You need to challenge their authority. Because, see, challenging their authority to any situation is what's going to really keep your ass free. If you don't challenge their authority, then they're going to figure, well, they punked you. And they're going to get as much as they figure that they need to do. And my question is, for any black person that is being charged with 20 to 30 years for some bullshit, bogus ass bullshit crime, that just tells me that they have some what I call DOC bonds. They're getting ready to put some DOC bonds to where they can make money off of not only your name, but your existence. That's what that tells me. And my question is, okay, you think you're going to make money off of me like that? I don't think so, player. I don't think so. That's just not going to happen. Okay, because I'm going to challenge your authority. I'm going to challenge everything you know. You're going to sit down and they're going to ask, are you a law-abiding citizen? Hell to the motherfucking no. No, I'm not a law-abiding citizen because I know what the fuck a law-abiding citizen is. What I am is a child of the Most On High. That's what I am. Mm-hmm. And according to that, I don't have to go by your bullshit ass rules. But you're going to prove to me today. Oh, Broham, you're going to prove to me today on how this applies to me. That's what you're going to do. See, I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to break a sweat. I'm not going to ask for nobody to put a petition together. That's not my cup of Kool-Aid. See, I'm all about the real deal and the real facts of the situation. I'm gonna be like, how and who gave you? See, I'm gonna ask the who, what, the when, where, and the why and the how, because my foundation before this shit can go any further, my foundation is gonna be solid. Mm-hmm. My foundation gonna be solid. I'm coming from every angle, every dimension. You're not gonna sit up here and tell me that, oh well, this, that, and the third. No, governmental bitch. You got me fucked up. And I'll say it just as plain as I am looking at everybody on this damn screen. You got me fucked up if you think I'm going to let you just sit on your lily white oppressing ass and sit and tell me this, that, and the third. No, you're going to, everything that you do to me, I'm coming after that. I'm going to be on point for every single piece and every single solitary information. See, because I'm one of those bitches that read. Mm-hmm. See, because I see, I'm not gonna take nobody's word for it. No, I ain't taking nobody's word for it that work in government. No, hell no. I'm gonna be like, no, you got to prove to me that you have some authority to even do what it is you done, and you're gonna. And by the time I'm done, you're gonna either make sense of it or you're gonna leave me the fuck alone. That that's the end of that story. People say, "Oh, Linda, Queen, you got them frightened." I'm not nobody to be. I'm not a vicious person. I'm not vindictive. I just give back what is given to me, and I feel that every black melanated people need to stand up for their own selves before they can call themselves trying to stand up for somebody else. If you don't understand the codes that they are using and they're bullshitting you by calling it a law, then how you expect to get into the game? Because that's what it is. It's a game of what? Commerce. If they can't make no money off of you, then they're not really interested in you're not of any value for them. You would be considered as a liability. Y'all know what the hell of what the meaning of a liability is. You're more damn trouble than you're worth. That's what the definition of liability is. You're more trouble than you are worth. So, and they have never put a value on their own people. They never put a value on their own people. And as sad as it may be, they are now, black people are finding out that even white females ain't worth a damn either. Because think about it. Why is it that every white man wants to get with the black man's prize, which is his queen? Why is that? Why would he over choose his own white woman for a black woman? Did anybody ever think about that? Anybody ever question that? So, to tell you the truth, what's the lowest of the totem pole is not the black man. It's really the white woman. The white woman is the most trashiest thing on the face of this earth. They are. And you look at them and you just be disgusted. But that's part of history. See, I didn't come up with that all by myself. That's part of history. You see, the white man wants whatever the best that the black man has, and the black man, and some of our black men, I hate to be blunt about it, but some of our black men so goddamn stupid, they don't realize what the fuck they have, because they rather go downgrade. Somebody gonna be pissed off by me saying that one. Oh well, it is what it is, boo. But getting back to laws and as long as you are voting into their membership, they all you're asking, what you're voting. And see, this is what black people don't understand. You're not voting. Okay, and I want to make this clear. Anytime you affiliate yourself with people of government, you're not voting for your rights to be free. You're voting for them to change the rules for them to be abiding by. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. I don't know if that went over somebody's damn head this evening. It's not a bit. What I'm trying to say, it's not a benefit to no black person to even fool with them. If you want to say, oh well, I'm gonna go out there, and you got your chest stuck out. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna vote. Power to the people, dumbass. What you are voting for is for them to change rules for their people, not yours. Not yours. And then this is what gasses me also. They wanted, for all of this time, they wanted a black man to be in the White House when Obama. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against Obama. Never have, never will. But what I did not understand is you're going into government for the wrong damn reason, because you shouldn't be going in as somebody who wants to be on their playing on their field, on their side of the team, when their whole team and their whole structure wasn't made for black people to begin with. So are you going in as a black man? Are you going in as a black man to help change what? Change the rules and the regulations as to how they do themselves? Because those rules that they set under their constitution don't even apply to us. So why would you waste your time? Okay? See, what I would have, let me tell you something. If I was a man and I was trying to get the attention of the nation of black nation, I would not have tried to be a part of governmental entity. I would have said, look, I am going to be the leader of this organization here. And we're going to put these put these in as a law, because I got what? I got the signature of my black people to back me up, to say this is where we're going and how we're going to get there. And we're not using government to get there. We don't need to. You see, because I figured this whole damn thing out. If we leave the United States of America corporation, if black people decided to pick their bags up and head for the border and go wherever the hell they're going, then that means that who is government gonna fuck over? Who they gonna fuck over? Who they gonna harass? Who they gonna try to make money off of? But guess what? If we stay here, we're still buying from them. We're still taking, and that's what we need to stop doing. We need to stop supporting we need to stop supporting other nationalities and their race and support our own black owned businesses, because we're already there. We're already there. We just got to continue to brand ourselves and bring ourselves together. You see, if you think about it, there's nothing that the white man has that black people need. I grew some extra hair on the back of my head when I said that. Yes, I did. There is nothing. Come on. I know somebody feeling me today. There is nothing that the white man has that the black people need. Think about it, because everything that is out there has been produced and made by us. We are the original. Look, let me break this down to you. We have black doctors if we get sick. We got we can put our own self communication in place. And to tell you the truth, I really feel that we need to go back to having the regular phone. Y'all remember the phone that y'all would, y'all push the button and you be sitting up there talking to your girlfriend or your boyfriend for like 12 hours and never did it have a problem with freezing. Y'all remember when we had that big old console TV called Zenith? Ooh, goddamn. Zenith, and let me tell y'all something. Zenith, Montgomery Wards, and Woolworth need to bring their ass back in business. I ain't lying. Those are the three companies that needs to come back into existence, because we didn't have none of this bullshit that these young people sit up there twerking and tweaking and shit. We didn't have those types of problems. You see, we didn't have a problem with not knowing every damn thing. We didn't have a problem. Everything didn't need to be fast. Everything didn't need to be fast. You know, we spent time with our families. We knew who we were related to. You know, Aunt Bessie would live across the street. Aunt Dorothy would live around the corner. Family. But see, due to the fact that government, they came in, they divided and conquered. They took half of our men to the goddamn military and fucked their minds up. Then they took the other half and put their ass in jail. So then that means that the black woman or the black women had to raise these kids and raise these families all by themselves. Left us with what? Nothing. But you see, if we had been thinking, and I tell you, my black people are some of the most intelligent people on the face of this earth. You know, the reason why I say that we are the most intelligent people on the face of this earth, because we created every damn thing. Everything that is in existence, if you look up the history of it, we created it. So why in the hell do we need to get permission for something? Can we get close? Why do we need to get permission for it? Somebody need to ask me that. Somebody need to answer that question for me. If my people are the ones who created the lights, if my people are the ones that created the hair combs or whatever, hair grease, food, whatever, then why in the hell do we need you? Isn't it true that black people was getting along way better than when government came along or their so-called white oppressors? You see, people want to say, oh, well, you know, if black people ever find out what the white oppressors has done, then they're going to come after us with vengeance. No, we're not going to come out after you with vengeance because you ain't worth a damn. Why in the hell would we come after something that don't have no value? You see, the white oppressor has put value on us. Okay? You made us valuable. You know, you are the ones who brought the drugs in. See, you found every single solitary angle to make sure that the black people are divided. But you know what? We are still, God says, no enemy will prosper. Because the more you try to do against my black melanated people, the bigger we're gonna get. As you white oppressors too goddamn stupid to see that. You see, the more and see another thing about the white oppressor, they don't believe in the higher being. See, y'all don't know that. See, in their so-called, the original guidelines of the United States Constitution, they really designed it for atheist type people. They said, really, there's no such thing as a God. That's the reason why God, see, when God created everything and everything in it, he stated to you in his own words, he said, look, you cannot serve upon two masters. Because God is a what? He's a jealous God. And what the fuck would he need to be doing with government? He didn't. I don't remember God sending the government no memo saying that I'm gonna give you the power that I created. Come on, somebody better understand where I'm coming from. You better understand where I'm coming from with this. See, he said you cannot serve upon two masters. See, God had already made the rules and the regulations of this land when he created the Ten Commandments. Those are what we are supposed to be abiding by as human beings, not as a proper property or possession. You see, government owes everybody a whole lot of money. Oh yeah, y'all owe us a whole lot of money. You owe all of those people in prison. You owe them some money. Did you tell them that you put them on the stock market? You still got a stock market where you listed prisoners as cattle. You listed them as commodities and you did your baiting and your switching. And then you want us to be forgiven. Fuck you. How about that? Fuck you and the train that your monkey ass came in on. Yeah, there's some white monkeys out there too. All monkeys ain't black. So don't bring me the hunky-dory bullshit. Because I'll tell you fuck you to your face. Don't matter. I don't care what pale of white you are. I don't care what pale of white you are. I'll tell you fuck you in this language, and I'll find a way to say it in Spanish, and I'll say it in another language. Whatever language that you need to hear it, I'll still say fuck you. And like my mama would say, my mama would add a extended on. She'd say fuck you and kiss my ass on a different day. Huh? Put that where you wanna. So, as I was saying, I'm just the type of person, I don't fuck with them, and I expect them not to fuck with me. That's just the bottom line. But when they get to the point of collecting my people, I got a real big problem with that one. I got a real big problem with that one. Cause see, if I was a man and I had that type of clout, that I had that type of goodness with large companies and large with my melanated people, if I had that type of clout, oh baby, I wouldn't have to be a part of government and their so-called fucked up ass rules. I'll be running this bitch. And running this bitch will be easy. Would I tell you my steps? Hell no. What I would do is use every goddamn thing that they put out there against them, and which is what I'm still doing. So, getting back on point again, and I thank all of the YouTubers and all of it's only a couple of people on the YouTube channel, but there are a lot more people coming in from other devices. So I don't really count the numbers of YouTube, and the numbers is more than that number, so don't even worry about that. I don't see anybody in my comment my chat room, so that's okay. So anyway, I want this to be known to the white oppressor, because I know that their asses are listening, and I know that they are watching from some other, what they want to say, what they like to put as an undetected device. Okay, I don't give a damn about you watching, because I'll say it today, I'll say it tomorrow, and I'll say it next year, because the truth don't never change. It don't never change for nobody. I'm not anti-government. Let me say this. See, anti-government meaning that person wants to do you some type of harm. I don't want to do you no harm. I just want you to pay me what you owe me. And you sure owe me a whole lot of goddamn money. Matter of fact, you owe me so much goddamn money, I shouldn't even be working. I shouldn't be working doing nothing but educate my black people on the bullshit that you have already surrendered. You want people to believe, you already brainwashing people into believing that you created the gun. You didn't create the gun or the bullets. So how in the fuck you gonna call yourself bringing some charges against somebody about it? Do we really have to bring that shit back to you, to your face? But like I said, to the oppressor, you ain't got shit that we want. But what you do have, you need to fucking return. That's what the fuck you need to do. We're not going to beg, borrow, or steal like y'all little punk monkey asses have done. We don't have to. We're just going to take our shit. We're not going to be polite about it. And we dare a motherfucker to try to take it back from us once we get it. Because see, I'm not, like I said, we need a lot more of people like me. We need for the mamas and the big mamas. We need for mama and the big mamas and the big grandmamas to step up. We don't need to carry no damn gun, because we're gonna whoop your ass with just the knowledge that we have. We're gonna whoop your ass, because your ass is gonna be whipped, and we ain't nowhere near done. You're gonna feel this ass whooping before it's all said and done. And I'm trying to tell you, like my mama would say, let me show you better than I can tell you. Because I ain't gonna keep talking about it. I'm gonna be, as they say, we're gonna be about it. We're gonna be about it. You gonna feel, look here, and I want the oppressors to sit tight and sit still, because you getting ready to feel my wrath. You ain't felt you ain't felt my wrath yet, but I'm getting ready to bring that wrath up out that box. I ain't talking about no gun. I'm talking about my wrath. Now you figure, you simple ass motherfuckers try to figure out what my wrath is. And I'll meet you there. Because what you call yourself doing, it's not going to fly no kind of way. And I'm going to tell you another goddamn thing about black. And see, this is another thing that I found out about the white oppressor. They want to make everybody believe that black people is crazy. You ain't seen crazy yet. You want me to show you crazy? I can show you crazy. That's in another box though. See, I can show you crazy. I can get on that crazy tip too. But I want it to be clear. You gonna give back every goddamn thing that you have taken from us, and we don't want your motherfucking apologies. We don't want your apologies, boo. We don't need your apology. We need you to be healthy for when you start signing those checks, because we're getting ready to give you some laws that you're gonna have to abide by. And we're going to make sure that you're going to join our organization, because guess what? We're not the minority. We are the majority. Huh? So you can stop telling your little funky ass media. Your little funky ass media can stop telling that goddamn lie that oh, well, it's not enough black people. Black people, they're the smallest one on the totem pole. You're a motherfucking lie, bitch. We come from kings and queens. Where the fuck you come from? You got us all fucked up. And we're getting ready to take back our kingdom. We may even change the goddamn from the United States to making it be called the Black Nation under the United States nation. Don't fucking play with me. You owe me, and goddamn it, I'm gonna get it. I don't know. I can't speak. Look. Let me say this. I can't speak for nobody else. I can't speak for nobody else. I can only speak for mine. And I'm looking for every black person that's like me. That's what I'm looking for. I ain't looking for them punk sons of bitches that all they got to do is carry a goddamn sign and wear out their orthopedic shoes on some damn hot concrete saying power to the people. Because if you really knew what to do, we would have. A lot of y'all would have set their ass aside long time ago. But this is the reason why I get up here. I dedicate my time in teaching. I'm a teacher. I'm also a peacemaker, and I'm not. What you fail to realize is I can have the best of both worlds. Because like I told you before, I know how to get my ass overseas and get back into the United States without even anybody knowing that I was gone. Because you know what? I'm not going to sit up on YouTube and say, oh, guess what, y'all? I'm going to go here and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and the third. No, you'll know what I want you to know. That's how I flow. That's how old people from the old school, that's how we flow. We don't make no major announcements about what we're gonna do. Because if we're planning on beating your ass, oh, believe me, you're gonna get your ass whipped. And it's gonna be in good fashion. We're gonna whip that ass now. Don't think we ain't. We're coming for you. We're coming for you, but it ain't the way that you think we coming. See, you're trying to figure us out. We're not interested in coming towards just regular people who ain't had nothing to do with us. What I mean is, we're not after the white race. We're not after the white race. White race ain't done a damn thing to us. We're only after the ones who have been labeled our oppressors that happens to be white. Okay? So don't get it fucked up and don't get it twisted. So, getting back to the lesson at hand, thank y'all for coming. I really appreciate y'all. I guess I won't have anybody in my chat room this evening, and that's okay. I had more people in the other chat room from the video that I did earlier. But anyway, it might be because they went to bed. So, as I was saying, everybody needs to know that there are no laws. There are no laws. And in order for laws to be put in place. Now, see, there's a difference between making laws and changing laws. No, we don't want to change none of their laws that they call themselves, that they have in place for their people, for whoever wants to abide by their governmental system. You keep your laws the way that you want them to be done. But guess what? We're getting ready to introduce to you the Black Nations laws. Mm-hmm. See, we have our own laws. And guess what, government? You're going to have to abide by our laws if you want to get along with us. Because we're not going to take anything secondhand. You understand? What we're going to do, we're going to break down what we have already done. We have breaking down your so-called Constitution that you've been lying to people about, making people believe that that's a law, which is not. But we get ready to show you what a real law looks like, okay? And when we get done making that laws, then we're going to have to come for you for that reparation that you owe us, that reparation and all of that stuff that you owe us, because that bill is long. You have a lot of damn nerve. These so-called oppressors, they got a lot of damn nerves giving our money to these goddamn Hispanic people. You got a lot of damn nerves. We're gonna have to shut that shit down too, because nobody fought like the black person and the black man has fought. You're not gonna slap us in our face and piss on us and tell us that it's raining. See, we're gonna shut that shit down too. If you got so much, and the oppressor, you got so much money to give. You better have so much money to give when we come for that ass on that paper. Okay? And I'm not gonna tell you when it's coming. Just know that it's coming. Just know that it's coming. Mm-hmm. Because I need to get with people who are just like me. Mm-hmm. That's what I need to get. See, I don't give a damn if I don't have. I don't need 50,000, 100,000 people to follow me. I just need the right ones that's bold enough to walk with me and help me to make some damn changes, and make the changes. That's what I need. See, I don't need all these bullshit artists talking about power to the people. How about you power your ass and get your ass somewhere and sit down some damn well? Do that. Because you ain't being no damn benefit to none of the black people. If that's all your ass can do, then sit your ass in a corner and keep saying power to the people. Keep doing that. But I'm looking for ones, and this is I am recruiting. Yes, I am. I am recruiting for people just like me. And what I mean by just like me, that ain't afraid of government and their bullshit. And they are not afraid to attack their ass with the power of the pen. And they are not afraid to protect our black men. I told you long before, I'm all for supporting my black men. So we are recruiting. I have to get the new age, because all of my past queen bees is their health is not in no predicament to do a fight anymore like we used to do back in the 1980s. And then some of them have passed on. So that means I have to continue to recruit new queen bees that we need to bring into effect. So all right, let me see what else I got on my list. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you the definition of civil for all of my ones that is in class. The definition of civil is anyone to respect you as a human being. Okay, anyone that can respect you as a human being. And government did not ever have intentions on black melanated people to learn about their codes. And see, that's what they are fearing. They are fearing. They don't have any idea how many black people out there that knows about their codes. They don't have any clue of how many people I've taught. And see, I'm gonna tell you something about the people who have came into my class or past classes. They're some bad motherfuckers, and I'm talking about shut your mouth and keep on talking type people. You see, They may have some of, and I'm gonna tell you something. Some of my students have come into my class with, they were a little bit shy. They were a little bit shy about, they're like, well, Queen, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that, baby. Baby, let me tell you something. You got to be one cold ass bitch, and I'm telling you, I'm a cold bitch. I am a cold bitch, and I don't care. You can make a T-shirt about it. I'm so goddamn cold. The Arctic wants to know my secret for instant human viewing for freezer. That's how cold I am. I don't, and I look. Let me tell you something. I pat myself on both my shoulders, baby. I don't give a rat's ass on who know it, and they be like, oh, she kind of arrogant. Fuck you and the shit your ass came in on. And don't by any means don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, because I have taught a lot of my students. Don't you know I've taught a lot of people in 40 years about government and their bullshit. I've taught a lot of people. I've helped a lot of black men get out from under their circumstances over the years. So I know what the fuck I'm doing, and I know what I'm talking about. And the black oppressors, you don't frighten me. I'm not frightened. I don't get scared. I don't scare easy, because I'm going to come back on your ass with the bullshit codes that you think that nobody else knows. And then when I get done, then I'm going to say, this queen can say what? I can say, checkmate, bitch. Go tell your mama about me. Now, moving on. Let me make sure that I have all of my information. And like I said, if you are new to the channel, please go ahead, click like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. What I see now, we're going to have to come back to the Queen of Radio platform until I can get my camera. My camera has been acting real goofy on my computer. And so the only way my camera comes in for you guys to actually physically see me if I go on StreamYard. So I'm going to be using StreamYard a little bit for both platforms until I can. And then what I'll do is download the video and upload it again onto the Queen Bee. So we're going to have to use the Queen of Radio's StreamYard account for the next couple of videos until I can figure out what's going on with my camera. I have to get my camera back on point, because you guys said that you couldn't see me. You couldn't, and some of y'all said y'all could hear me, but you couldn't see me. So I'm going to try to, I'm over the next couple of days or whatever, I don't know how long it's going to take me. I'm going to try to fix these little small problems though. But if you are out there, please come on in and say hello. I believe some of my Queen Bees is also listening. Oh, and I got an ex. Ooh, I got to share this with y'all. Ooh, y'all just don't know. I'm gonna tell y'all. Oh, I got the. Wait a minute. Let me pull this up. Yep. Y'all remember when I did a class on, when I told y'all that there was two types of courts, right? I told y'all that there's two types of court. There's the governmental court and there is the people's court. Well, let me tell you what happened this past Friday. This past Friday, we have brought back the people's court. And I personally had invited some of my students. Some of my students were invited to come in on the people's court. It was actually court on the Zoom, in the Zoom room, to be exact. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I have to y'all. I wish some of my students was in the chat room. They could probably tell you about the experience that happened Friday. Now we have, and I can't talk about the name of the oppressor. Okay, I'll just say that there was a case. There was a case where what I did was how arbitration and mediation it works. the plaintiff gets an opportunity to bring in 15 of their own personal chosen witnesses, and the defendant, whoever the named defendant is, they get to bring in 15 of their, whatever the number is, that's how many people you're allowed to bring into the courtroom. On the online courtroom is what I'm trying to tell you. Now this is what gassed me. And like I said, I wish some of my students was in the chat room. I wish they would come in the chat room and chop it up with y'all and tell you their own experiences as to what took place this past Friday. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. It was off the motherfucking chain. Do you hear me? Let me tell you what happened. And if I live to be 1,000 years old, I could never be more prouder of the people who have been a part of my classes to come in and represent for black melanated people. There was a case where there is a case where the white oppressor decided that he wanted to have the courtroom. No, he said, I'm gonna challenge you. Yeah, I'm gonna challenge you to this thing. So he thought he was gonna challenge me. See, I am the original plaintiff in the case, and he is the defendant in the case. Now, he came into the people's courtroom on Friday. Okay. I had sent out private invites. Now, I want to explain this to everyone, because a lot of people say, well, you don't have my email address, but I'll get to that. I'll get to that in a moment. But I want to tell you how proud I am of my people that I have trained over the years. How they came and represented for the people's court this past Friday. Now, the plaintiff, I'm the named plaintiff in the case, by the way. Me and the Queen Bees. Wait a minute, let me say this. Me and the Queen Bees are the named plaintiff in the case. And the defendant had decided that he wanted to be bad. He wanted to jump up and be bad. And so he said, well, I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and call this mediation arbitration. We're going to call it to the courtroom. Okay. I said, well, okay, well, let me ask you something. Player. I said, how many witnesses are you bringing to this people's court? He said, okay, well, it's going to be 3 of us. I said, okay, well, I think I can pull 3 of my people, bring 3 of my people to the court. And so he said, okay. He said, well, Queen, I'm going to shut your ass down on this matter. I said, oh, really? That's your plan? I said, oh, look, wait a minute. Hold them up, player. You want to borrow my pen? Because I ain't met a motherfucker on this earth that can run the game like I can when it comes to a courtroom now. So what you want to do? I mean, hey, you feel froggish, you go ahead and leave. But let me tell you, and so he talked he made, matter of fact, he went so far to make threats to me and the Queen Bees. Now, you don't go around making threats to the Queen. You just, you can do a lot of things, but you don't make threats to the Queen and her Queen Bees. So he said, okay, well, we're gonna meet. He said, if you don't, if you and your group don't show up on Friday, then we're gonna have a problem. This man was throwing out the threats. The Lord have mercy. This man was throwing out these threats before the meeting took place now. And I said, oh, okay, he think he got something. Okay, well, let's handle it, mate. Let's handle it. I ain't never scared. Especially of no white motherfucker. So he said, and matter of fact, I said, wait a minute, let me adjust my hat there. And so he decided, he said, well, he came to the court now. He came to the court. And he had his people. He had the opportunity to bring his people, and I brought mine. So what I did was I sent out private invites to my students. And a matter of fact, I not only did I send it out to my students, I sent it out to my people who are on my VIP list. I sent them a private invite for them to come into the courthouse on the Zoom room to be a part of making history on how a case is done behind the scenes. It wasn't posted on YouTube. It was posted in the private Zoom meeting. So we get there. Everybody showed up. He showed up with his little white crew. And I guess he thought that me and my crew was going to be nervous about the situation, but we were calm, cool, collective. We're smoother than butter and twice on Sunday. So then he gets off, and he's after I get to telling him what the circumstances and the situation was. Oh, this set of white people got real nervous. Now he couldn't sit still. He couldn't sit still. He was trying to find a way on getting his lily white ass up out that room. But I held his ass down. I said, hold a minute, hold him up, player. I said, wait a minute. You're the one asked for this meeting. You the one asked for this courtroom meeting with the people's court. Wait a minute. You asked for this. I didn't ask for this. You asked for this. So he got to thinking. He said, yeah. So I had said, I didn't even have to say anything else because I thought I was going to have to chop his ass up in my own way that I know how. But guess what? My class and the people that my students, I should say, my students, I mean, they represented for the Queen. They had the Queen's back Friday. And they came and they chopped that man's ass completely up. Do you hear me? I said, I didn't have to say, I ain't gonna say who was part of the meeting. I'm not gonna devour that. But it was funny as hell, y'all. And if you are a VIP person and you are on my email list, I will be inviting you to a real people's court. It will not be televised on your YouTube channel. It will be televised in a private invite that comes directly from me into your email box for a private invite on Zoom. But anyway, my students, Lord have mercy, I am so proud of them. I did not see a teacher, by me being a teacher, because that's what I am. I'm a teacher. You never know how effective your work is until you see your own students put that shit in action. And I was like, well, goddamn, I said, my goddamn students is better than my ass is. Well, shit. So I guess that stock was pretty strong because all three of them, well, it was three of them that was there. They came out there and they tore that whole white oppressors group completely up, and it was just the three of them. And then one of them took off. I mean, this one person took off, and I could have sworn my whole spirit came up out of my body and into her body, because I could have sworn I was looking at my own self. You talking about a B1? She was a B1, a B2, and a B6 if you want to give it to her. I didn't look, y'all. I did not know that there were so many people that love the Queen like they do. I did not know that my teachings were so effective for my students. I didn't know that until they had to come into the people's court to represent. And we always said, you don't bring a chihuahua to a pit bull fight. And that's what the oppressor was just rah, 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 rah. You know how a chihuahua go rah, 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 and he got all bark and no bite. But I'm telling you, they had this group, this white oppressor has now ran for the hills. They was like, you know what? We don't want to fuck with the queen bees. We ain't fucking with you. And we ain't fucking with nobody else that you bring on to. Matter of fact, whatever, wait a minute, what is it that you really truly want out of us? You know. So, I want to share this with y'all. There is exactly 10 more cases. There is 10 more cases where the queen bees and myself has stepped up and filed charges in reference to different sets of cases. Now, we're going to be having the People's Court back in effect again for anybody that's interested in knowing what it feels like to be a part of the People's Courts. One person that was in the group that said, damn, how come Grandmaster Jay didn't do this shit? And I said, well, you know, Jay has to make his own decisions. So we just have to leave that where that's at. We're gonna leave that alone. But they were like, and some, you know, some of them said, one of them said that they had so much fun, they want to come back and be a part of the People's Court again. That they enjoyed themselves so much. So I'm saying all of this to say this. If you are a subscriber to my channel of the Queen Bee channel, matter of fact, I'm going to give you that address for y'all to sign up if you haven't signed up so far. It's called the Queen Bees LD 1000. Queen Bees LDs 1000 at gmail.com. I will more, if you are interested in being a part of the People's Court. I mean, this is real court, y'all. These are real cases. This is not for fun. This is not, real decisions are being made in the People's Court. I told y'all that we are bringing that back into existence. That's what the Queen Bees have done for over 30 some years. We brought the People's Court to the court to where the people makes the decision as to the outcome of a case. And we walked it, I walked it through with the people who I had personally invited. And the ones who have actually showed up, they stated that they enjoyed themselves. They said they never seen any way of how a court proceeding could have been done online the way that it has been done this past Friday. That was the last case. Now, like I stated again, there are 10 more cases that has the Queen Bee's stamp and approval on that's coming down the pipeline. We're not going to broadcast it on the YouTube channel, but if anybody that is interested in seeing the Queen Bees to be at work, I mean the real work, baby. I ain't talking about, I'm talking about on that computer, suited and booted, camera style. We ain't talking about hands on the ground. We ain't talking about lacing up boots and getting on the ground. We're talking about those courtroom proceedings of putting the information back in the People's Court. These are real cases with real outcomes. And people have gotten to see the success of the Queen Bees. My students and my followers have seen firsthand how the queen and how this queen, let me say that, how this queen and my Queen Bees, how we work behind the scenes. You get the first, if you are a subscriber to the channel of the Queen Bee channel, then I will send you a welcoming letter, and your name will be put on the list. You will get a private invite to the next court case that will be held in the People's Court. We do not, like I stated before, this is how the Queen Bee's cases has been won in the past, and we will continue to win see, if it ain't broke, y'all, you don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You just do, you just sit there and learn. And from what like I said, I can't wait to get my student, maybe my students will come, some of the students will come back into the chat room and tell you their personal experience of help seeing that the queen bee and me winning cases. They got to see it firsthand. So what I'm saying to y'all is I am extending this invite. I'm extending the invite. We have 10 more cases that's on the docket for the queen bees that we're getting ready to slam dunk on their ass. We're getting ready to slam dunk on on a couple of matters and situations, and the general public is welcome to be signed up as a person on the panel. When you sign up for being a person on the panel, you get to voice on how the case is supposed to go. You're not necessarily seen. You're not seen. You could keep your face off of the screen. But you will be able to sit there and listen and see for yourself how the proceedings of the court and the case is being won by the queen bees and myself. But like I said before, I am so proud of, I did not know that the information that I had been teaching all of these years was so effective for my students. I mean, hell, they better than me now. So I'm like, well, damn, maybe I should sit my ass down. Maybe I don't have to get back up and do no more teaching. Maybe I don't have to get back up on YouTube or our private class and do any more teachings, because my students have came, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. They came and they represented like nobody's business. And they had said, well, we could have done the same representation for Grandmaster Jay, but like I told them, I ain't got nothing on that. He has to make his own decisions for whatever he wants to do. I'm not going to make any comments or questions, but I do want to say how I appreciate the people who came out Friday for the People's Court, the real case that went on behind the scenes, and the ones who have gotten the private invite. That was not advertised on the general public. But I will tell you this: for every case that the queen bees and me putting my hands on, we don't lose. We don't lose, because these the queen bees are people who are educated on knowing how to attack the government with the pen, with the power of the pen. And that's how we win our cases all the time. And we're looking forward to adding some of the general public. If you are, but the only way you get to be a part of the real people courts, you have to subscribe to the Queen Bee channel, and get placed on our email list. We will send you a private invite to it. We will send you a private email that will say that this is the People's Court. This is a real court procession going online in the Zoom room using the Zoom camera, because we do have it recorded from Friday. And the results from Friday. We sent the oppressor packing is what we did Friday. And actually from Friday's case that was presented, I really didn't say a word. I really didn't. To be honest with you, my students took over. I was, and that was shocked the hell out of me, because I thought, well, damn, maybe I need to go ahead and try to represent. But hell, my students pushed my ass out the way. They pushed me out the way, and they. I'm telling y'all, as God is my almighty witness, these black melanated people came and represented. Man, they represented so tough you can spell that motherfucker backwards. That's how they represented. And I have to take my hat off to my people that showed up on the People's Court Friday for that these are real cases. Yes, one of my students came in. She heard me talking about it. She know what went down this past Friday. It was no joke, y'all. So she's, and I'll get to the chat room in a minute. But I wanted to invite everybody, for every case that the Queen Bees have, you are cordially invited to attend the court proceedings. And you are cordially invited to be on the panel to make the final decision for the case to be dismissed or exonerated. You'll get to see how the format goes. You'll get to see firsthand, because what I do, I walk you through it. I place you in the room, just like you were in a live, real governmental courtroom. We had our courtroom Friday, and I just have to, man, I have to salute my team that came out and supported me as well as the Queen Bees, because that's what it's all about. And again, let me give, for the ones who don't, maybe I should put it up here. Queen Bees LD 1000. Let me put this in there. Let's see, Queen Bees LD. Do I have it right? Make sure I have it right, y'all. Queen Bee LD 1000 at gmail.com. I hope it goes through there. Oh, there it is. Okay. If you are interested in being a part of the People's Court, the real court cases that is under the jurisdiction of the Queen Bee or the Queen Bees, please shoot me your email address and your cell phone number, or a number where you can be contacted to be placed on the People's Court list. And I have to keep saying this, can't keep stressing this again. These are real cases that you will be in on. You don't have to leave your home. You don't have to come out. You do not have to come out the comfort of your home, because it is right there in the Zoom room, and it has been qualified and bona fide to, when we get through with it, it goes back to the governmental court to be stamped and approved as a final exoneration and dismissal. Whoop, there it is. Okay. So if you don't see it in the comment, it's the Queen Bees LD 1000 at gmail.com. This is how I've been solving problems for over 30 some damn years, with making our fellow people free. And I want the people who was not there Friday. I'm talking to the ones who wasn't there Friday. You will get another opportunity to be on the next case that the Queen Bees have on the back end. You will be invited. You will be personally invited by me, because it will have the Linda Evans Queen of Radio Queen Bee seal and stamp on it. You are expected, if you are chosen to be invited, you will get that in your email, and I will personally sign it. It has to be physically signed by me, and all of the court proceedings is recorded. So whenever I decide, I haven't decided yet on if I'm going to put it up on YouTube. I don't know if it's going to ever go up on YouTube, but I will say this. You guys will be more than welcome. I would like to invite all of my people who is interested in knowing about the cases, and then I give you a complete description. I'll tell you what the case is about. I'll tell you who is on trial or who was on trial, and I'll tell you how long it takes for them to get that exonerated or dismissed. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. We don't never shy away from the original blueprint. So, with that being said, I've been talking enough. Let me make sure before I go over to the chat room. I want to make sure that I've gotten. Oh, and somebody asked me how many people can fit in an online courtroom. We only have enough space for 10,000 people. 10,000 people is the maximum. So if and how it's set up, if it goes past, let me give you an example. If it goes past 50 people, then the system will print you out a ticket, like a concert ticket. It will print you out a ticket with a number on it, and then you will need to use that number in order to get inside of the private held courtroom that's done online. And then you will be able to sit and observe commercial free. It has no commercials. It has no media. It has no additional cameras. You will be, and then you will come in. You will be given a number for the real people's court. Excuse me. You will be given a number. You will be given a number as to what side are you on, because the plaintiff has an X amount of people that can come in, and then you have the defendant has a number of people that is allowed to come in, and they are given another code. They are given another code, but it still allows them to come into the online courtroom in order to see the proceedings. And everybody is guaranteed to be on mute. Everybody that comes onto the online courtroom is put on mute. It's just just the way the automated system is worked on and set up in place. But I am a woman who lives up to my name and my reputation. And this is the reason why I am sitting here right now, getting ready to invite the general public that is interested in seeing how the queen bees operate behind the scenes of of a case. You'll get to see how we do the damn thing, and you'll get to see how we get a dismissal or an exoneration, or however we do the damn thing. We don't just talk about it; we be about it. And the general public will they will be given they will be giving a special. I'm trying to think of what they call them. They give them special tags to where if you are a person who wants to see the case, you get a special pass in order to give you permission to talk. You get to speak directly to the defendant. You get or the plaintiff, whichever, we don't know, whoever is whatever. You get to speak to the opposing side per se. So to give you an example, let's just say Joe Smo. Let's just say Joe Smo was found, guilty on some bogus charge. What we will do, Joe Smo would have a number of amount of people that will be allowed to come in for his side of the spectrum, and the opponent would have their side to come in, and they would give out 5 passes. There are another different type of a pass that's given. They will be given a special pass to where the ones who have the special passes are the ones that will be allowed to speak and ask questions of the opponent's side. Everybody that comes in, I don't care if you got 5,000 people that's coming in for Joe Smo and 5,000 people coming in for the opposing side, everybody will not get a chance to speak because they will not be able to have that special pass to be given to them. Now, if they want to be a person who wants to be a speaker, then they have to get with that side of whether they are part of the plaintiff or if they are a part of the defendant side. You get what you call a speaker code. You get a speaker code, and then when it's time to come around the courtroom, the online courtroom, it will be like you're given the mic. They'll say, well, Joe Smo's brother, Mr. So and so, he has the mic. Then they will ask you to take your microphone will be taken off for you to speak. They will tell you in the courtroom how much time you have to speak or how much time you have to ask a question to the opposing side. And then the opposing side has to answer your question. And keep in mind, all of this is recorded for it to go back to the governmental court for that dismissal. Okay, that's how that works. This is how we've been doing this for 40 some damn years. And so at the end of the people's court uh session, and they call it, it's not called a trial. It's not called a trial. So don't come and say, oh, I'm being invited to come to the trial. No, it's only called a trial when you are in a governmental court. It's not called a governmental trial when you are in people's court. In the people's court, it's called arbitration / mediation. And these are people who have license to be a part of a courtroom proceeding in every state. They are not just, okay, you know how you have, oh, excuse me. Okay, I got that. Thank you. You know how you have where you go into a governmental court, they have to have a special license for that particular state in order to reside. Well, in the people's court, these people have a license to do a case within the boundaries of the United States, of any court. And this is how it's set up by the Queen Bees. We have an arbitration mediation company that has the attorneys that has United States license, not just a license for just one particular state. We're not going to sit up there and wait on somebody to come out of Texas or somebody to come out of Virginia or New York City, because the board of directors that sits on the arbitration and mediation has a license for every state in the United States. I told you we some bad mother. Shut your mouth and keep on talking. Yes, sir. So, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I'm almost up on 2 hours, and I want to say thank you for all the ones who have came, and who have came in, and I'm gonna get over to my chat room. I want to say thank you to the Facebook people. I hope that y'all have learned something this evening. Ooh, let me get my water. Oh, I have to have my water. Mm. Okay. Ooh, that felt good. All right. So, because y'all know I talk too damn much. And my throat gets dry as hell. Okay. So, that's all that I have for this is how the laws are getting ready to be made. We are continuously putting laws that human beings can abide by. Not you will no longer be considered a law-abiding citizen, because a law-abiding citizen is nothing but a code for a slave in governmental systems. We have we have done this over the years. We have put in laws that every human being should be able to abide by. And I say again, the United States government and their corporation will be served upon. We can't say how and we can't say when. We haven't put a date on it yet. But just know that it's in the making. And they don't need to know. I'm not going to get up on YouTube and tell them who is a part of the Queen Bee team, because that's none of their damn business. All they need to know is that it's coming. See, Queen Bees have signed a contract that they will never get up on YouTube or any type of chat room. You will never find a original Queen Bee in any chat room or displaying who they are, because that's not how we roll. We've been underground. The only reason why we had to come from underground is really because of Grandmaster Jay's case. But when we might just go back into being underground after his situation is over with, whatever direction he decides to go in. But the Queen Bees has been an underground organization for over almost 40 years, since the mid 1980s, and uh, they gave us a reason to come back out, because we now have some of our black men that needs our help. So we have done. We have taken 10 cases so far, and we have set up the online People's Court, the real court, that you guys are more than welcome to be invited to. So, with that being said, yes, dear, I see you. Yeah, I see you. Thank you. Uh-huh. Okay. You're more than welcome. And let me say that to the other people that's coming off these other different platforms, like the TikToks, the Instagram, the Facebook, and all of these other wonderful places. You are more than welcome to chop it up with the Queen. Well, this Queen. We have other queens, but I'm talking about this Queen. The Queen of Radio, if you're interested, we're going to have to be using the Queen of Radio's platform to do my videos until I can get my camera situated for my other channels. So we got to move some things around. But with that being said, let me get over here to my chat room so I can get you guys out of here. I don't want to keep you in. I don't want to. I see. I'm not the type of person that gets up and want to keep y'all for 12 damn hours, like some of these YouTube channel holders will do. They'll be sitting up there for 12 damn hours, ain't talking about a damn thing. And I don't understand how people can follow somebody that ain't talking about shit. I just really, that you talking about racking somebody's nerves. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. But anyway, Rising Queen, hello, my dear. She says, Queen, you are so amazing with the knowledge that you speak. I am with you all the way. Thank you, sweetheart. Um, and Joseph, the not Joseph. Okay, Shalom, Queen. You can't stop teaching. Love is in the house. Thank you. All right. And to you, yes, to you said I was one of them at the meeting Friday. Yes. She said it was awesome. Yes, come on. I am so glad that she came. I am so glad you are able to share this information about how the People's Court went down Friday. We kicked some ass. It was some ass to be kicked Friday. I'm telling you, we had to get. Ooh, that man had. Them white people had to leave with some extra toilet paper, and I sure hope it was Charmin, for that softness. But anyway, she said it was awesome. It was a joy being a part of the Queen Bee team. The knowledge that Linda teach in her class is priceless. It was it was great. Thank you, Linda. Yes, thank you. No, I have to say thank you because I have nothing but love for my black melanated people. Yes, I do. Y'all don't realize how hard I try to work to bring everybody together. This job is not easy being a teacher. It's not easy being an instructor. I even had the little kids. It was so funny. I was out. I'm gonna get back to my chat room in a minute, but I was out on Friday. Matter of fact, this was still Friday. Friday I was out going to the dollar store. I have to pick up some things at the dollar store. I ain't ashamed. So anyway, a group of my students came. They were in their mom's car, I guess, and they pulled up. And that girl jumped out of the car and she said, Lord have mercy, I see my teacher. That child grabbed me out of the damn parking lot of Dollar Tree. And she hugged me, and her mama couldn't understand. She said, why she love that woman so much? She's like, baby, what you going around hugging on strange women? She said, Mama, this is not a strange woman. This woman is my teacher. So I have to say, and it had been in the news from the Dr. Rashad. Dr. Rashad had taken a story about the Auburn school where I am. And I had to say that that's not one of my schools. Because my schools, at all the schools that I have taught my children, my kids know how to whoop your ass. So That school that Dr. Rashad was talking about, that's not one of my schools. Because my schools, I've taught each and every one of my students how to whoop some ass, and they don't play. And they know me. I don't care if I'm sitting at Popeye's Chicken with a two-piece and a biscuit. My kids are going to recognize who I am. So I've taught children classes and I've taught adult classes, and everybody loves the Queen. So thank you to you. I appreciate you guys, and but yeah, I had to share that one of my students jumped completely out of her mama's car to come hug the Queen of Radio. So God bless that family, and for all of my students in the state of Illinois, that loves for me to come out and chop it up with my kids. My kids know that I ain't no joke. They say Miss Linda. See, to my kids, I'm Miss Linda. They don't see me as the Queen of Radio, but they call me Miss Linda. They said Miss Linda ain't nobody to mess with. And I get mad respects. I have taught at 27 schools in this school district, and the kids know who I am. I'll, they sometimes that I get bombarded with them. Sometimes they come and love you so hard they knock you completely off your damn rocker or your steps, and I be like, look, honey, y'all gonna wind up breaking Miss Linda's limbs. Miss Linda ain't, I can't do flips like I used to could do. Y'all gonna make Miss Linda have a cane if y'all don't stop charging at me. I know y'all love me and I appreciate that love, but let me have my legs, please. But anyway, much love to the school district of the 27 schools that I have taught the children at, and I want to say much love to all of my adult students that has been in part of my class. Thank you so very much. um I've been trying to give this teaching thing up, but it don't seem like it's going anywhere anytime soon. So anyway, but yeah, she said it was priceless, and I thank you. And then she said the other side was not expecting how prepared we were. She ain't never lied. She ain't never lied that because they had no idea. And then the line of questions. Y'all, I wish I could have invited each and every one of y'all, but the line of questions that my students had for the oppressor, for the white government and their so-called bullshitting ass team, they sent their ass packing. They sent their ass packing so well. They don't even want to talk to me. They like, no, we ain't got nothing to say to her. We just gonna go. We just gonna go this way. Whatever way is the opposite way, we're just gonna go that way. So, do anybody have anything else that they would like to share before I get out of here? Because we're already up on 2 hours. And I thank you guys for coming. I thank you guys for hanging in there with me with me dealing with the camera issue. Like I said, I might have to just bring all of the Queen Bee uh videos back over to Queen of Radio thing until I can get my camera fixed. So the camera works on the Queen of Radio platform, but it doesn't work on the Queen Bee platform just yet. So I'm gonna have to get that fixed. So with that being said, I don't have any. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can pull up. I gotta make sure that I got all of my bullet points in tonight because I have a teleprompt that I kind of like, because I can't remember everything. Can't remember everything, but I try to stay on point with the educational and the lesson that I try to teach and provide. So I think I got everything in. So if there is no more questions, comments, or concerns, I'm going to salute you all from both sides, and I'm going to play some music for us to get on out of here. Um, let me let me. You know what? I'm just gonna play this song over again because it sounded so good the first time I brought this song in, so I guess I'm gonna have to play it going out. But I am not the original owner of the music, and then the music is only played for entertainment purposes. So I want to say I love each and every one of y'all. For the ones who want to be in the chat room, and the ones who wants to just sit in the trenches, much love from you for you from me, and I hope that you can take the information that I have provided to you and share it with somebody that you truly care about. Okay. Let's. Well, no, I'll use this song here. Okay. Disco dancers dancing to the disco beat. Ain't nothing but a party, so stay on your feet. Rock left, rock right, stay in the music is the answer. It really makes you move. Sexy ladies strutting their stuff so well. Made out in the lady styles, casting a spell. Watch them rock to the beat, feel the body heat. Come on, go on and get down. Celebrate the disco way. Everybody needs hot stuff. Let's bounce today. Roller skaters, one in front and one behind. Bounce left, bounce right. It's disco time. There ain't no stopping. Keep on rocking. You're in the groove. This funky kind of music always makes you move. Roller skaters, one in front and one behind. Bounce left, go on. Bounce, rock, skate, roll, bounce, bounce, rock, skate, roll, bounce, rock.